We ready, Dan? Live. Okay, at this time, I'll call the special virtual meeting of the Board of Aldermen to order. Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll do the roll call. Start with Alderman Anglace. Present. Alderman McPherson. Present. Present. Alderman Valmacy. Here. Alderman Gedwani.
On the phone.
Alderman Kude. Present. Alderman Simonetti. Present. And Alderman Simons. Present. Okay, at this time, we'll enter the public portion. If there's anyone on the line who wants to address the board, please do so. State your name and address for the record. I don't see anyone in the audience. Ian, is there anyone else on the line? It looks like Randy Osio. Okay. We'll now go to item number 1, minutes for approval. We have the special virtual meeting of July 9th, 2020, the special virtual Board of Aldermen CRC joint meeting on July 15th, and the special virtual public hearing on charter meeting 23rd.
Clear the reading and approve the following meeting minutes. Special virtual meeting of July 9th, 2020, the special virtual Board of Aldermen and Charter Revision Commission joint meeting July 15th, 2020, the special virtual public hearing on revisions to the city charter meeting July 23rd, 2020, so moved.
Second. Motion is made by Anglais, seconded by McPherson. Discussion.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I got some suggested changes here. The special virtual meeting, July 9th. Item number 4, funding for zero-turn rotary mower for Parks and Rec. This, I'd like to make a technical correction here. I made the motion to appropriate $27,000 for the purchase of a zero-turn rotary mower, and then we made a second motion without rescinding the first. So this correction rescinds the first motion with the board approval. Item number 6, I'd like to insert at the very beginning, item 6, Corporation Council Building, at the very beginning, insert the words, Alderman Anglace moved. Item 8, strike out the words, request to move executive session, strike out the words. In the, down toward the bottom, it says, Alderman Anglace moved to reconvene and noted that there were no votes were taken in executive session. Strike out the words, there were. That's the only corrections I have. No changes, no corrections to July 15th, and no changes, no corrections to July 23rd. So moved.
Second. The motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. Anybody have any questions on those proposed changes? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, motion passes unanimously. Item number 2 is Corporation Council billing.
Move to authorize a total payment of $1,750 Corporation Council to Gocio Stanek LLC for services rendered per statement dated August 4th, 2020, with funds to come from the following legal services account from legal fees, $1,750. So moved.
Second. Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. Any discussion?
I will start stating my name before I make a motion. I think that's the rule.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, motion passes unanimously. Item number 3 is August statutory refunds.
John Anglais, move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refund of taxes for a total amount of $9,287.52 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with the certified list received from the tax collector for funds to come from statutory refunds account. So moved.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. Any discussion?
I hope this is not an indicator that, how the taxes are being paid, because this is certainly much lower than you would expect this time of year.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, the motion passes unanimously. Item number 4 is the 2020 Emergency Management Performance Grant.
John Anglais, move to adopt the following resolution. Be it hereby resolved that the City of Shelton Board of Aldermen may enter into with and deliver to the State of Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, any and all documents which it deems to be necessary or appropriate. And further, be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Loretti, as Mayor of the City of Shelton, Connecticut, Shelton Board of Aldermen, is hereby authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the City of Shelton Board of Aldermen, and do and perform all acts and things which he deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents. So moved.
McPherson, second.
Motion is made and seconded by McPherson. Any discussion?
This grant is for $20,698.50, and I believe for the,
Right, it's the reimbursement for the, Director of Emergency Services.
this is the same motion every year, same motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Kedwani in favor?
Yes, sorry, yes, I'm in favor.
Okay, motion carries and passes unanimously. Okay, item number 5 is the U.S. EPA Community-Wide Assessment Grant Administrative Services Funds.
John Anglais, move to adopt the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Aldermen acknowledge the receipt of U.S. EPA Community-Wide Assessment Grant in the amount of $200,000 for the area-wide assessment of properties along Canal Street and any other location deemed necessary by the City of Shelton, and authorizes the Mayor of the City of Shelton to take any and all actions necessary to implement the grant, and to designate the Shelton Economic Development Corporation as the implementation agency for this program. Further, the City of Shelton appropriates $40,000 with funding to come from aldermanic bonding pursuant to Section 7.16 of the City Charter to support the administrative expenses in carrying out the brownfield assessment activities for work associated with the U.S. EPA grant award. So moved.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. This is standard for the numerous grants that we've received over the years from EPA. It's our share. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, the motion passes unanimously. Takes us to item number 6, is the federal fiscal year of 2020 Homeland Security Grant.
John Anglais, move to adopt the following resolution. Be it hereby resolved that the Board of Aldermen may enter into with and deliver to the State of Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, any and all documents which it deems necessary or appropriate. And further, be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Loretti, as Mayor of the City of Shelton, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents documents on behalf of the city of Shelton, to do and perform all acts and things which he deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents, including, but not limited to, executing and delivering all agreements and documents contemplated by such documents. So moved.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. Discussion. This is just another boilerplate motion that we have done in the past, so pretty self-explanatory.
It is, and it continues to impress me. These kinds of motions come from the state, and they're given to us, and we're specifically asked not to change anything in the motion. But upon reading this motion, the English language is severely challenged, and believe me, you end up thinking it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and there's a number of things I would change, but as the mayor says, it's a standard motion that the state wants, so let's approve it as is and not question it. As long as they're sending us money, yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? Motion carries, passes unanimously. Item number 7 is the Affordable Housing Technical Assistance Grant.
Move to adopt the following resolution, John Angley speaking. Be it resolved that the City of Shelton Board of Aldermen does hereby enter into with and deliver to the State of Connecticut Department of Housing any and all documents which it deems to be necessary or appropriate relative to an award of $15,000 Affordable Housing Plan Technical Assistance Grant. And further, be it resolved that Mayor Mark Iannetti, as mayor of the City of Shelton, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the City of Shelton Board of Aldermen, and to do and perform all acts and things which he deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents. So moved.
Motion is made and seconded by Bill Macy. Any discussion?
Yes, this was to Mayor Angley speaking. This is a classic example of what I just said in the previous motion. And in the letter, and I quote from the letter from the State of Connecticut, please do not alter or make changes to this award document. A copy of the fully executed award document will be sent to you after it was approved and signed by the commissioner. There it is in actual language.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I don't hear any opposed, so, motion passes unanimously. Takes us to item number 8, the amendment to the city citizens participation plan.
John Angley speaking. Move to adopt the following resolution. Be it hereby resolved that in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the City of Shelton is amending its citizen participation plan to promote and support social distancing and the prevention, preparation, and response to the COVID-19 pandemic, while continuing to offer the public an opportunity to provide valuable citizen input and insight into the policies and procedures of the City of Shelton, particularly as it relates to the administration and implementation of its federal programs. The following process will be used to solicit citizen participation and input into any programmatic amendments necessary to quickly and effectively administer federal funding made available either directly or indirectly as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I think you ought to stop there and just let the record reflect that there are a number of criteria that are listed after this resolution that outline the areas that we have to pay attention to. And the minutes and the record should reflect those that are laid out here.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti without any objection. All those in favor?
Aye.
Everyone is in favor, the motion passes unanimously.
Second?
Yes, second. It takes us to item number 9, is the State of Connecticut Small Town Economic Assistance Program, called STEEP. It's a grant application for funding.
John Angley speaking. Move to adopt the following resolution. Be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Ready be and is hereby is authorized to accept on behalf of the city of Shelton the 2020 Connecticut STEEP grant in the amount of $128,205 for Constitution Boulevard Extension. And further be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Ready is hereby authorized to enter into and execute any and all agreements, contracts, and documents necessary to obtain said 2020 STEEP grant with the state of Connecticut. So moved.
Second, McPherson.
Motion is made and seconded by McPherson. This is a boilerplate motion provided by the state for funding that they're making available for municipalities. It's a competitive grant, so I'm sure with many other applications.
I just want to make for the record a clarification. We are approving the submission of this application. We are approving the submission of this application, not the acceptance. That will come later.
Provided we're successful.
Right, provided we're successful.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Appears that there are no, passes unanimously. Okay. Takes us to item number 10, funding for the refurbishment of offices and rooms.
John Angley speaking. Move to add the refurbishment of the town clerk's office, the economic development office, and the lunchroom at City Hall in an amount of $20,000 to the capital improvement plan, with funding to come from Lucy. So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second, Simonetti.
Seconded by discussion. These are ongoing requests for City Hall. Those of you that have been around a while, you know that over the years we've done a number of these. These will all be done in-house. Some of these areas less than years, like town clerk's office, and there's some small economic development office. And again, this is just an estimate, because as we move forward with these improvements, things change, plus or minus.
Your Honor, may I offer, if you need more file cabinets, I do have them, they would be free to.
We're trying to discourage file cabinets and be paper. Started 20 years ago. With the internet, connected.
Oh, good.
Thank you for the reminder.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes unanimously. I don't hear any dissenters. All right. Item number 11 is the funding for the rooftop units at the senior center. This is for the air conditioning.
John Angley speaking. To add the purchase and installation of 2 rooftop heating air conditioning units for the senior center in the amount of $9,487 capital improvement plan, with funding to come from Rosa. So moved.
Second, McPherson.
This is made and seconded by McPherson. Discussion?
There's a detailed of list of all the expenses, and it is, it's going to be very welcomed by the seniors, believe me, because I don't know many times being, these totally expensive, but they keep.
Dancing or after dancing?
Or aerobics.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hearing all in favor, I'll assume that there are no dissenters. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 12 is the funding for purchase of appliances for city-owned properties at 58 Perry Hill Road.
John Angley speaking, move to appropriate an amount of $2,812 for the purchase and delivery of appliances for city-owned property at 58 Perry Hill Road. The funding to come from automatic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. As you know, this item has been before the board on several occasions for different appropriations. I believe this will be the last one for 58 Perry Hill. One of the units is rented. I'm about to rent the other one probably tomorrow or Monday, so the house will be fully occupied. You know, I know we spent quite a bit of money on this property, but, all things go well, then we're probably gonna take in about $30,000+ a year in rental fees. So you can see that in about 3 years, our investment will be paid off.
Can I comment?
Sure.
First of all, it doesn't appear that any other bids on this item is it's within the amount that you have to get 3 quotes. That should be brought to the attention of the purchasing agent. You should get the 3 quotes before this is spent. And I think it'd be appropriate that when the project is completed, that the board be given a full report, how much money was spent, and what the expected revenues are, so we have the whole picture, has a whole picture.
Well, I think you have that. I think we have given it to you. You can break down as a request.
We've got cumulative, we go back in the minutes, we figure how much we spent.
It was about 90,000.
Yeah, I mean, again, the numbers we forward to you every time we ask for a request, what the running total is, so it's about 90,000.
So let's approve this contingent upon the purchasing agent getting 2 more quotes, just to cover all bases.
Well, I don't know, there's not a requirement to get the,
7-14, B2 is the charter.
what's the dollar amount?
Purchasing agent shall obtain a minimum of 3 written proposals for the purchase items. 2,000, it costs 2,000 to set.
Well, I just want you to know that we didn't do that because it's me overseeing this project and there's not enough of me, so if someone wants to criticize me for it, it's okay.
No,
I'll accept it. You know, it's just, again, this is one of those charter items that, you know, we wanna be transparent, we wanna be good stewards of taxpayers' money, but, you know, you'd spend more money if you had to hire somebody to oversee these projects than on items like this. And, you know, we're at the point where the property was finished and we had someone who wanted to rent it, so, you know, we take the path of least resistance, and I'm just being realistic with you here, so.
Yeah, I understand that, I appreciate that, and, you know, it's not critical, I mean, I understand the urgency to get it done, to get the renter in there. But I think it'd be remiss if we didn't bring it to the attention of, you know, the requirements.
Are you changing it? Do we need to,
Just ask the purchasing agent to get some other quotes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, the motion passes unanimously. Okay, item number 13 is funding for the additional improvements on the city-owned property at 27 Old Town Road.
John Angley speaking, move to appropriate an amount of $18,800 for additional improvements to city-owned property at 27 Old Town Road. With funding to come from automatic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter.
second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. Discussion. Teresa, we didn't supply a running total on this one.
No, but I think it's about 100, but no, I don't have exact numbers.
All right, so you just forward for a copy of a running total, via every appropriation, but.
Right. It's got some excellent pictures that show the work that's being done up there. It's like new.
Well, it is, it's exactly like, you know, that's why I had them take before and afters, both on Perry Hill and on Old Town Road. The work we have done is extensive. And, you know, I'm not sure that we're even done. We may have to redo the septic next. I'm finding out, you know, these are properties that haven't been touched in probably 30 years, and, you know, everything is outdated, including the electrical, the plumbing, and now everything is up to code. And I gotta tell you, the way it came out, we moved some walls and did everything in the house, and the way it came out, you know, we're gonna have no problem renting this property, for a good number. And if the board is so inclined to subdivide it and sell it, probably would be the better approach. So,
Make the profit of the improvements and, get back on tax rules.
right, well, look, as you know, I'm a proponent of that. There are several city parcels that really the city does not need to own, but we do own. And, you know, I'll tell you, I got approached today, a request to sell a third of an acre off of Grove Street that the city owns, and unbeknownst to me, I don't know why we own it, but we do. And, you know, it's landlocked, and the guy right behind it wants to purchase the property, and from my way of thinking, we ought to sell it to him. I don't know why we would hold on to it. To your point, John, put it back on the tax rolls. Okay, with that, did I call the vote? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, appears that, the motion passes unanimously, did not hear any dissenters. Item, 14 is funding for the refurbishment and recoupment of the recumbent bike for Parks and Recreation Department. This is at the community center.
John Angley speaking, move to appropriate an amount of $1,500 for the purchase of a refurbished recumbent bike. Parks and Recreation Department, funding to come from contingency general account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti, for discussion. You know, this item and item 15 are two pieces of equipment that are going to the workout center at the community center. And the reason that they're before us, they normally would be before us, but when Ronnie put in his budget, he wanted to incorporate some money to spend for these items, and I told him not to do that because I was trying to hold the line on, departmental increases for everybody across the board, and I told him we would fund this separately, and, that's what we're doing.
And these are single source vendors.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, and there appears not to be any dissenters, so that motion passes unanimously. Item number 15 is the funding for the refurbishment of the Life Fitness Integrity Treadmill.
John Angley speaking, move to appropriate an amount of $2,400 for the purchase of a refurbished Life Fitness Integrity Treadmill for the Parks and Recreation Department, funding to come from contingency general account. So moved.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. I gave you the version of the first motion, and now this one applies the same, so if there are no questions,
Very good price. Those machines are very expensive.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 16 is the funding for the aerator at Pine Rock Park.
John Angley speaking for myself and Chris Belnation. Move in accordance with paragraph 5 and other provisions of the Pine Rock Park Environmental Impact Fund to approve the purchase and installation of an aerator for Pine Rock Park for the recommendation of Ward 3 Alderman Angley and Alderman Belnation in an amount of $2,242.75 for funding to come from the Pine Rock Park Environmental Impact Fund. So moved.
Second, Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded by Simonetti. All those in favor?
Aye.
For the palm, right, John?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't appear that there are any dissenters, the motion passes unanimously. Item number 17 is the appointment to the Water Pollution Control Authority.
John Angley speaking. Move to appoint the following members to the Water Pollution Control Authority effective immediately. John Pushkar, Republican, 166 Pheasant Ridge, Shelton, Connecticut, 06484.
Motion is made and seconded by Val Macy. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Here's the motion passes unanimously. Item number 18 is the Claremont Associates Agreement for Auditing Services.
Angley speaking. Move to approve the agreement between Claremont and Associates LLC and the City of Shelton Auditing Services. Will further authorize Mayor Mark Edelman to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate same.
Second, Simonetti.
Made and seconded by Alderman Simonetti. This is, periodically to, provide the auditing services on behalf of the city. So, nothing out of the ordinary.
I think it should be stated that there were two bids, and there was a considerable difference in the amount of money bid. This was the low bidder, and this agreement is for a 1-year period.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Are there any opposed? Appears that the motion passes unanimously. Okay, this takes us to, item 19, the resolution to send Board of Aldermen proposed charter revisions to the Charter Revision Committee.
John Angley speaking. Whereas the Board of Aldermen is required by statute to review the city charter on a 10-year basis, and whereas the Board of Aldermen has appointed a Charter Revision Commission for this purpose, and whereas the Charter Revision Commission has conducted deliberations and 2 public hearings on their findings, and whereas the Board of Aldermen has conducted a public hearing on the recommended changes, and whereas the Board of Aldermen has compiled its recommendations for the Charter Revision Commission, now therefore, the Board of Aldermen does hereby move to convey such recommendations to the Charter Revision Commission for its final consideration and awaits receipt of the final Charter Revision Commission document for the final Board of Aldermen action to accept or reject. So moved.
Second, McPherson.
Motion is made and seconded by Alderman Pearson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It appears the motion passes unanimously. Okay, this takes us to, executive session. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session and ask that Corporation Counsel, Assistant Corporation Counsel, be included.
So moved. Simonetti.
Motion is made and seconded